Hello, dreamers, and welcome back to Dream Queen by Perla. As always, guys, thank you for your love and support. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing to the channel. And if you haven't done so, I encourage you to do so. It helps with growing the channel, getting the video out there for more people, as well as keeping me accountable. For personal readings, all that information can be found down below in the description. Libra, this is your reading for this week. And again, guys, before we get started, these are general readings, so only take whatever applies and please leave the rest. There is this, what was it what notes did I take? That's the wrong, sorry guys, I'm looking at the notes that I took. All right. Who is in control? Acquainted, fear, shadow side. Who is in control? Are you reacting? Are you regressing back to a place, let's put it this way, that it took you a very long time to get out of? There is this sense of some of you really want different and really desire something different, but that emerging yourself, sorry guys, it's like, again, I think this time it was me. I think I knocked down my little skull heads. There is here this energy of not wanting to face something, not wanting to face that shadow side of yourself, and you continue to run away from it, and the way that you're doing it, or the way that you're handling it, is by almost pretending to be like nonchalant, right? Like something like, oh yeah, whatever. Oh yeah, whatever. But it's not an aspect of yourself that you allow yourself to talk about. Now, that can be in any area of your life, right? This can be in your finances, your relationship, your career, whatever it is, with yourself. And it's like you would talk about what it is, that whatever that area is for you, right, in a joking way. But if it were ever brought up to you, like in a conversation, like a serious conversation, you would shut it down. So let's put it this way. What did I used to joke around that oh, okay. So this is just an example, guys. So like, let's say I can be, and I admit it, right? I can be a very vengeful person. I can seek revenge, and the way that I do it, or I've done it in the past, let's put it this way, because that's not something that I want to continue practicing, to be honest with you. I literally destroy my opponent, mentally, and emotionally. A lot of psychological games, right? And the reason why I'm saying it is because in the past I would joke about it, right? Be like, oh yeah, I'm so vengeful, da, 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 da. And now I'm comfortable talking about it because I know that it is an aspect of me, right? I know that that is something that is within me, but it doesn't need to control me, right? I don't have to react, and I don't have to seek vengeance and revenge from everyone, right? And that's kind of like the energy that I'm sensing when it comes to you. Like you're trying to pretend that something that you are doing, whether it's in a relationship, whether it's financially, or whatever it is, it's something that you feel guilty about, or something that you're not proud of, but then you joke about it to somehow learn to live or deal with the fact that that energy tends to be in control at this moment in time, right? So it's almost kind of like, let's say somebody that reacts to everything, right? Somebody that, because the energy is really, to be honest with you, it's like you kind of feel like you're an outsider in your own life or in your own body. You have told yourself, or you have allowed yourself to believe that you have no control over anything, right? So a quick example, and I'm going to use myself as an example, right? With a narcolepsy, there, you know, the one thing that they tell you is a sleep disorder or neurological disorder, depending on what doctor you speak to, where the person is unable to control their sleep and wake cycle. So if I continue to tell myself that my sleep pattern is going to continue on being disruptive, right? But if I learn through meditation, through other things, to tell my body and to relax my body enough to go to sleep, slowly getting there, it'll work, right? But it's almost kind of like that is what it's almost kind of like that's what you're doing. It's like you have told yourself that, you know, let's say, and these are just example, guys, let's say you are a cheater. Well, my father was a cheater, my mother was a cheater, everybody cheats, it is who I am, and that's it. I'm always going to be a cheater. But at the same time, you don't like it when it's done to you, and you don't like doing it to other people. But because it's something that you've become accustomed to, you kind of play it off in that way. And you know, and again, it doesn't have to be cheating. This can be, you know, stealing. This can be lying, whatever it is. But it's almost like you have ingrained in yourself that because somebody either before you or somebody else in your family or whatever it is, did the same thing, that now you have to do it. And this is where let's talk about like generational curses, right? When we talk about generational curses, they're not always the big things. They can be the smallest, simplest of things, right? The way that you communicate with your kids, the way that you communicate with yourself, the way that you self-express, the way that you show up for yourself, etc. And that's kind of like what you have to understand. Yes, whatever this shadow or whatever it is that you're joking around about may be a generational curse, but it is making you uncomfortable to a certain degree because you're the one that's meant to break it. I mean, if you're up to the challenge, to be honest with you. So let's go ahead and let's pull out a love energy card. Now, this can be any type of connection, romantic, platonic, spirituality, self, etc., your passions and desire. Libra, I'm really, 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 really rooting for you guys. Because I feel that you guys try to bring balance into everything around you. But at the same time, when you're doing that, you're taking so much onto yourself that you don't leave enough time or enough room or enough space or energy to deal with this. And remember, we always say, you really can't help others unless you've helped yourself, unless you are in a place where you feel balanced, where you feel like you are in alignment. And it says, your love card, it says, let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. Some of you are going to have to talk to somebody, whether this is going to be therapy or whatever it is, but you need to talk to somebody that you know is going to tell you the truth, regardless of how upset you get. You need a Perla in your life at this moment, Libra. Because to be honest with you, because stop. I say things as they are when it comes to like my friends and my family if they ask for certain advice. But the reason why I do that is because if I ever come to you asking or seeking advice, I want you to be brutally honest with me. I don't want you to sugarcoat things. I don't want you to paint a picture that's really not there. And that's kind of like what you need at this moment in time. If the people that you are around are encouraging and enabling this behavior, then you're going to continue on just staying stuck in it. and believing that you're in control when you're really not. There was an ad, or I think it was an ad or a post or something, where it showed a person smoking cigarettes, and it showed the person believing that they're in control of the cigarette, right? Of the addiction, but in reality, the addiction, the cigarette itself, was the one in control, right? The nicotine was in control of the person. So it's an aspect of something like that that is coming up for you guys. So let's go ahead and let's pull out an oracle for your closing message, Libra. This year, Libra, there is this really huge opportunity for you guys to really close major doors. And I don't know why I'm getting into this at this point, but it is what it is. But you have to be willing to say yes, and you have to be willing to go into those spaces that you have been running away from for years. So your closing message is deep replenishment, retreat, rest, be held. You have to retreat from it's almost kind of like you're gonna have to come up with a game plan to stop this behavior or whatever it is. And remember that it's probably not going to be something that you're going to be able to do overnight, but trying or actively working on it every single day may help. Support from others is definitely something that you're being asked to look for. You're being asked to just give yourself that space to face whatever it is. The longer you keep running from this, the harder the chase is going to feel. The more overwhelming other areas of your life are going to seem. Well, guys, that is all that I have. Sending every single one of you love, strength, and blessing. Guys, take care. Love you all. Mwah. Bye-bye.